In the first video, we inserted our single value content controls into the top of our advertising proposal template. In this video, we're going to look at what's involved in building out the listings in our template. In this template, I've added 3 sections, one for print advertising, one for internet advertising, and one for sponsorships. Each of these sections is broken out into 2 pieces. The first piece is a header area, which is really just a stylized label that will kind of break out this section visually in the proposal. And the second section within each one of these is the actual listing table itself. So the first thing we're going to do is select the text area around our label and insert a rich text content control. The reason I'm selecting the lines above and below this label is because in Elan.Web, if there are no print ad orders for this proposal, it's intelligent enough to actually remove the header and the detail listings from the template when it renders the template. And so in this case, we also want it to remove some of the spacing or lines around these labels so that we don't end up with excess spacing when the document is generated. So now that we've created the content control, we're going to give it the proper tag by clicking on the Properties link in the ribbon bar and giving it the correct name. And then we're going to select the table which will give us our listing of print advertisements and also put that inside a rich content control. You can see when I click that button, it immediately puts this control box around our table. Again, I'll click on Properties, click on the tag definition, and give it the proper name. And these names are all listed in the product documentation for easy reference. Now that we have this table identified within a content control, we need to define which columns we'd like to be printed. Now you can see here this table has one blank row and one header row, and in the header row I've already defined the labels that I'd like to see at the top of each one of my columns. In the blank row underneath, I'm going to insert specific strings, specific text that the software will pick up and understand which data should be printed in this column. Also important to remember is any styling that is done in these columns will be kept when the template is created. So if you'd like to write justify or make bold, those sorts of things, you would actually do that in the template so that then it's carried over when printed. Because this is already within a content control, we're not going to nest content controls here. We're simply going to give valid names to each one of the columns that we want to see print on this grid. So I'm just going to go across the line, enter the appropriate tags, and we can then move along to the rest of the document. Skipping ahead then, here I have all 3 of my tables filled out and properly linked up with content controls and the proper tags. Once we've done this, we can save the template and we can then import it into Elan.Web. The resulting document generated from Elan will look like this. You can see that where there was data, it was inserted. The proper formatting as we had set up within our document was maintained. The iterative data shown here was printed as per our tags and labels. And the static information that we inserted in the template will remain there. And that's it.